Oh, that'd be great.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Not That It Matters.
I thought I was doing...
I am your host, Alex Panu, and I am joined with a very sickly Nick Lanham.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and he is wanting all of his fans out there in podcast land to pray for him, to wish him a speedy recovery. What's wrong with you?
Prayers up. I've got a very slight cold.
Prayers up, A-Town down.
Yeah, that's right. A-Town down. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Prayers up.
Thank you to Ursher for...
Yeah, Ursher. I mean, it was really tough. The DJ had just fallen in love.
Yeah. Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want all your fans from Werewolf Party.
Oh, should we go through all the bands' names?
All the bands?
Okay,
yeah,
so you got, let's start from the beginning. You got Urban Outrage. You got the Roadside News. You got the Satellite Affair, the Satellite Effect. You got the Plastic Circus. You got Wishing Well. Then you got, what were we called? Armatron, Summertime Smile Factory. Then we were Oversoul. Then we were Acrasia. And then Werewolf Party happened.
You settled on one of the worst ones.
Werewolf Party. Did you like any of those?
Roadside News.
I kind of like Summertime Smile Factory.
Summertime Smile Factory?
It's kind of... Or was it Sunshine Smile Factory?
Sunshine's better.
I think Sunshine might have been what it was. Oh, at one point, Werewolf Party was going to change our name to We Draw at Dawn.
Ugh. It does sound more like a pop-punky name.
Well, we weren't pop-punk. We were like
Screamo?
Pretty heavy Screamo, yeah. We were like
super
Under Oath
cool, man.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I feel like you sound like your face says I don't think it is, but your mouth says I love it.
I think you have those two mixed up.
Your face says you're amazing.
Yeah.
Your mouth says I fucking hate you.
I want people in podcast land to know that I hate it, but really looking at my eyes, love it. It's my favorite band.
It's so weird. Alex has so much of our memorabilia.
Yeah, because you guys started the fire and you watched it burn.
Oh, yeah, we did. Well, it was, oh no, I started the fire.
Oh no.
Watch it
we
burn.
are peaking a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm peaking.
Yeah. Well, now that you're yelling. Nick and we were doing sound check and Nick was like, hey, everybody, I'm just doing his best Leaving Neverland impression.
Oh my God. I haven't watched that yet. But there's new episodes coming out, right? So
no, it's only two.
They're both out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they came out back to back.
Okay. Well,
one was last Sunday and then the next one was Monday.
Oh, okay. Then I need to watch both.
Yeah, you really do.
Because
You need to hear about a pop icon jerking off to a little boy butthole.
Dude, I can't.
It's very fucked up.
Dude, it's just so weird to me. But we, the first thing we want to talk about, this is sort of like a palate cleanser before we get into the disgusting part. Because first we want to talk about Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And then we want to talk about all the DC movies.
Yeah.
Shazam's coming up. So let's talk about something good, and then let's talk about something that's going to make us feel sick to our stomach.
Yes. So Captain Marvel just came out last week.
It did.
And we have both seen it.
We have.
Initial thoughts. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
you go, initial thoughts. Okay, me. Sorry, continue. That was so funny. Initial thoughts. Well, I thought.
Sorry,
you the question for yourself.
Sorry.
No, go, please. I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was well, I mean, we talked about it in relation to Wonder Woman before the podcast about how it's a very good movie for women.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's important to see female heroes, and especially one that is arguably way more powerful than anybody else already in the MCU.
Smile enough. Ugh.
Oh, God damn it.
Somebody said that when we were leaving the theater.
She didn't smile enough?
Yeah, there was like this 35-year-old dude and his wife, fucking like podunk pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I mean, I liked it, but that bitch is just looks so angry all the time.
Oh, God.
I was like, did you fucking watch the movie? There's literally a joke that makes fun of you where one of the guys goes, you should smile more. Then she steals his motorcycle, you fat piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to body shame him, but at the same time, fuck him.
I also thought it was kind of weird that they focused on her outfit a lot.
Yeah. Although I did like when they were
there's like a whole thing about that was kind of cool.
That neon one was crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I loved it. Yeah, they also did one of her throwback ones was in there in the middle. I caught that one too.
Oh, from the actual comic?
From the comics, yeah. There's a couple of them, but Yeah, I loved that. I loved I thought that was a really good, because I hate in those origin films when they're like, oh, here's 40 minutes about how they made their costume or their outfit, whatever it is. Like Iron Man, that one makes sense, but a lot of them it's like, oh boy, how are we going to get to this point? And she was just like, here's my wrist. You can change it in about 5 seconds and I'll be what I need to be.
Yeah. Or it's better when it's not done like in Captain America, where he just changes outfits between movies and you never really address it.
They're just given to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know he doesn't really care what he's just like.
Yeah, Thor is just kind of like the same thing, but it changes.
Well, because his changes is like, a little bit culturally, like that's what his people wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Iron Man's is like actually important to the character. Batman actually, the only one that like the Ben Affleck one, that kind of is something that worked. We'll get to that, but they never spent any time on that suit, and it's probably the best Batman suit we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's very high tech and everything.
Cool. But anyways, let's not talk about that yet.
Yeah, we're still in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So overall, what would you say like out of 10?
7 or an 8.
What were you going in thinking out of 10?
I mean, I probably about the same thing.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be good. But yeah, I mean, it lived up to expectations.
I also was 100% sure it wouldn't be like amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think because
it's an origin. It's another origin story.
Yeah, and I felt like Marvel has done so much innovative stuff, but I felt 100% sure that they wouldn't know what to do how to do a new origin.
Yeah, that's fair.
Story. I don't know why. Because I love Marvel and everything.
It did feel like the character of Carol Danvers took a minute to get off the ground, and it felt like really that could have also been a character choice by Brie Larson.
Yeah, no, you're right.
As her kind of like being a little not super confident. It also, because it informs kind of what her brain is doing, that she doesn't really know who she is. And then once she learns everything, like it feels like it has way more heart to it.
Yeah. Because she does a good job. She actually, it's a pretty it's
well acted
like
film,
nuanced role. Yeah. Because when we meet her, she has her powers already. There's none of that, like, how does she get them? She has them. She's already really strong. And sometimes it's the old, like, cockiness and, like, goofball sort of former version of her shows through.
Yeah.
But most of the time, she like doesn't know her place, and she knows that she's not necessarily from where she is, but also not sure how she got there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also very interesting too. I really like the bit where she's being interrogated by the Skrulls.
Yeah.
And she sees all these flashes of her previous life.
The way they do it too is really cool. Where he's like, go back to that.
Yeah.
I like
it's all VO, and you can hear them like kind of going through her memories. And
can we just talk for a brief second? I don't know I love Ben Mendelsohn. Everything he does is amazing.
Well, he plays the same character in almost everything.
Does he though?
Yeah.
Like Krennic isn't the same as whatever the Skrull dude is.
Yeah, but it's still like this kind of insidious, dark character. Like in Rogue One, he's kind of the same. And then what else was he?
Insidious dark character in Captain Marvel?
He starts out that way, yeah.
But that is just an intentional misdirection.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. That's the thing. Yeah,
that's how he starts out. Though.
It's like written to make him seem that way.
Yeah.
But if you like go back and think about it, you're like, he doesn't actually do anything wrong. The whole time he's just
it's just kidnapping your heroine. Like it's just kidnapping your main character.
Well, he's only doing it though because he's trying to free his people. He's like, he's not trying to hurt her. Because you also, if you think about it, when they realize that those, like when they think that they're seeing locals, but they're actually all Skrulls, those dudes all got the jump on them and didn't try to kill the Kree.
That is true.
You kind of, when you go back and think about it, you're like, oh, yeah, they really weren't, like they had, that one dude had a jump on Minerva, the sniper. He was just standing there. He could have killed her like for the whole 2 minutes they were standing there talking until she realized he was a Skrull. True. I think.
Because all he did was stop her from shooting them.
Right, and then she realized he was a Skrull and she killed him.
Yeah.
I also didn't realize that was a girl from Crazy Rich Asians.
Which
Minerva?
One?
She's the like the really rich.
It's
like,
not
cool.
It's not Aquafina.
No, it's like the cousin who's like really rich, like and British and like cool.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Gemma Chan or Gemma Chan. I don't know. Gemma or Gemma.
Isn't it with a G?
Gemma.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, aren't the Skrulls in the comics supposed to be like an evil race?
No, they're like the Kree. There's like sects that are both. Oh,
okay. So there's like Ronin sects that like think of like a Kree superiority thing. And
it's sort of flip flopped. Like most of the time the Skrulls are bad. Rarely they're like. Actually, no. They're kind of the Skrulls are almost always bad with a little bit of good. The Kree are usually shown as being pretty good, And then there's some bad sex. You know, like, yeah, the accusers are always shown in a bad light.
Yeah, so maybe that's probably the reason why I thought Ben Mendelsohn's character was a lot darker.
Yeah.
Because he's a Skrull, and that's kind of what I assumed Skrulls were going into this.
Well, yeah, because
I thought they were bad.
Because you've never read Secret Invasion, right? I've never given you.
No.
But you know what it is?
I kind of, you know Doctor Who, right? I kind of picture them more as like the Silence in the Matt Smith series. Like silent policy shapers and culture shakers.
They're not necessarily that way. They can be a little bit, but really, like when they come here for Secret Invasion in the comic books, they start taking over, and they just are planning to just take over. That's like their whole purpose. Okay. And because that's what everybody thought was going to happen when they announced the Skrulls were in this movie. We're like, oh, in Endgame, we're going to find out some of the Avengers are probably Skrulls, because that's what happened.
Yeah,
and
I still think that is a possibility.
Yeah, but how do you show that now and make them seem insidious? You know,
well, they wouldn't be.
They'd be like they would just be helping, and But what happened to the person they took over for? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. Because like unless you want to be like Hawkeye is just like a normal dude, and this Skrull has taken over as Hawkeye.
Yeah, or like a Pepper Potts level character.
Yeah,
which a lot of people have thrown out that theory that she might be a Skrull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it that way, I mean, to make it not seem dark, the like body that they've taken over, like it's not dead because they don't kill people to take their bodies.
No, the only way that it would really work,
they just look at them.
Yeah, the only way that they could do it now is maybe they got dusted by Thanos, and that's some of the Skrulls came out and took those people.
Oh, okay.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But then, like, what have they been doing for 25 years?
Just chilling.
Yeah, just hanging. What has she been doing
just hanging
for 25 years? Let's talk about that. That end credits, post credits. The end credits was just the cat burping up.
Or even the ending.
When she leaves?
Yeah, so like that's like what you can, I mean, assume she's been doing is that she has been finding the Skrulls a home.
Yeah.
And then also trying to take down the Kree civilization. But we know that she hasn't.
Well, we know that the Kree don't know she exists outside of, all they know is that she defected.
No, Ronan knows.
Ronan knows who she is, but Ronan clearly, when Ronan was doing all that in Guardians, he clearly would have been terrified that she was going to find him. I don't think the Kree still think she's a threat. I feel like she's been like way far away.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like she's going to be the link to get the Eternals into.
Who are the Eternals?
Excuse me. They're like Captain Marvel level powerful heroes in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
I don't know that much about them.
There's like Colossus in Eternal.
No, he's an X-Man.
Oh,
he's a mutant.
Oh, who am I thinking of? Galactus?
Oh, no, he is a take one of those called the like the head, a Celestial. He's a Celestial, just like Ego the Living Planet is too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. The Eternals are like,
and like where Nowhere is. Nowhere's like in the head of a Celestial. In the head of
a dead Celestial. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's because I was trying to think of what the other one was. A Celestial. But Eternals are like, they're kind of like, each one is like an elemental thing. Like one of them has like
fire.
But then there's also one that has like a really advanced libido.
Like one of them is the last Airbender.
Oh my god.
I was talking with some people at work, and one guy said that he loved that movie. And it caused an uproar.
Loved?
Yeah, loved it. Thought it was great.
What?
It's like looking back on that movie, it's one of the worst movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of, I mean, it was obviously panned by everyone whenever it first came out. But like even looking back now, I'm like, yeah, that's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Well, it's proof too that over here, like in the Western world, like we just can't adapt that sort of like Eastern culture. Like
the anime.
You seen Dragon Ball Evolution?
No.
Oh my god, it's atrocious.
Is it a live action?
Yeah. Yep. That's all you need to know.
What was the other one that they did? There's Street Fighter movies.
Oh yeah, I mean
there's those too.
Yeah, I mean like really there's been a Tekken movie.
Oh, there has. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say is the first one that looks like it could be good is Detective Pikachu. Looks so good.
Well, because it's so different than what you would assume.
But all the Pokemon are in it.
Are they?
Yeah, have you not seen the trailer?
I have.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. Is it the first 151?
No, I think
is it all the new
there's
ones
a couple
too?
hundred now, and I think there's a bunch of them because there's some I didn't recognize.
I only know the original 150.
That's all I know. Yeah, 152 because I know Mew and Mewtwo.
Oh, were they?
Isn't that 152 or is that
I thought it was 151
because Mew.
I thought it was Mew was 150
and Mewtwo
is 151.
Oh, that would make sense.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mewtwo is in that new trailer for it.
Oh, I haven't seen the new trailer. I saw
pretty cool.
I saw like the original trailer when it first came out.
Oh yeah, but they have like Jigglypuff trying to sing her little song and all that. Or it's a song. Like I love that. Mr. Mime, like they get it all right. There is supposed to be a new. I think they're supposed to try and do Attack on Titan, which is a really famous anime. They did a Japanese one, like a Japanese live action film, and it was for what it was. I know some people liked it, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to do an Attack on Titan adaptation here.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Attack on Titan?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
Essentially, it's just like a story about like these basically like there's like what's left of our civilization here on Earth, and they have this like sort of like fortified area where they like can like they fight against like these Titans who are these like massive like celestial level Titan level beings from, that come and attack, and they have like I don't know that much about it, but because I haven't watched it, but I know it looks really cool. One of my buddies is really into the anime, and it's pretty cool.
Did you ever get super into anime? I feel like you didn't.
The only one I really liked was Full Metal Alchemist. I watched quite a bit of it, but I didn't finish it.
I only ever did Dragon Ball.
I did Dragon Ball.
And then I was a big fan of Gundam.
Oh, I did like Gundam too.
Yeah, Gundam was great.
I did those. I kind of did a little bit, like I would every now and then catch bits of like Bleach and Cowboy Bebop and stuff on.
I've never even heard of those.
Those would be on Cartoon Network like late at night after like Adult Swim and stuff.
After Adult Swim?
So yeah, sometimes.
I wasn't staying up that late.
Well,
I was a good boy as a young lad.
Yeah, I'm sure. You're like, I'd go to bed at 11.
Yeah,
I'd finish whatever. What was on Adults Brack or some shit back then? Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Dude, okay, yeah. I actually, because I would watch all that shit and then I'd be like hyped because I was like, this is funny as shit. And then I would watch Bleach or Naruto, I remember was on there.
Okay, like Yu-Gi-Oh, all that kind of shit.
Oh, no, that's more, these were a bit more adult. Like, especially Bleach and Cowboy Bebop. They were pretty adult for, like, even for Cartoon Network.
What was Bleach about? Was it about the Jussie Smollett attack?
Oh, God. Yeah, they should have been.
Oh, boy.
Back to Captain Marvel.
Yes. I was like, we got to get out of this anime shit.
If only we don't go on tangents. What would happen to this? This podcast would be 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it literally would. It'd be like Captain Marvel. Yeah. Good.
Okay. DC, bad.
Yeah, so I love that Captain Marvel is clearly the strongest Avenger now, or is going to be.
I think her and Thor are about the same.
That's what I was thinking, but
because what can she do that he can't do? We watched him go out into the middle of space and like restart a massive star-powered reactor, be hit with the entire power of a star, and then live.
Well, like in an Infinity War when Thor like blows up all those ships. Yeah, I guess they're probably on the exact same level.
I think I think those two, and then everybody else. Captain
America is so weak comparatively.
Yeah. But I do fucking love that scene though when him and Black Panther are just booking it. And
oh yeah,
then you're kind of like, so running. He is pretty like,
but they're just fast and strong.
Well, Black Panther's more like he's got a little bit more going on because he's just got an unbeatable suit.
Yeah, the suit is pretty dope.
It's kind of, but it's one of those like I remember when he was covered with whatever that race of aliens is called. He like they're
the weird dogs.
Yeah, there's on top of him, and I was like, I didn't feel any threat to him. Whereas Captain America, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna fuck him
he's
up.
Dead.
Yeah, I was like, he's over.
Dead for sure.
Even a Hulkbuster suit, I was like, he's fucking dead. But
he's just a person inside. Well, then again, it's also different because you never think Iron Man's gonna be beaten like that. But the Hulkbuster one, you thought that because he's not used to the suit. At least that's what I thought.
No, I'm the same way. And I thought, whereas like Black Panther, I was like, nah, he's good. They're not getting through that.
Dude, that suit is so cool.
It's cool, but it's just so unbeatable. Especially when you put that like, not only is it an impenetrable suit, it takes all of the energy from every hit you take, and then you just blast people with it.
Makes you so much more powerful.
Yeah. Because I mean, that doesn't happen in the comics.
Actually, who's the most fucked? Like, who's the most penetrable? It's probably, is it Falcon? Hawkeye. Oh, yeah, Hawkeye.
Or Black Widow. Because they're just people. Yeah. That's all they are.
But Falcon's kind of the same way. He's just a person with wings.
He can fly.
Yeah.
He's got that on them.
And
Hawkeye
he's
literally
got
just
missiles.
shoots arrows.
It is very funny.
I love Hawkeye, though.
So do I.
I love him.
He's fun.
He's amazing. Actually,
I love his, not his backstory, but I love just like his family life. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
I will say also, if he comes back from the dead, Vision's probably on the same level as those two as well.
I don't know, because he was even like fully powered and he was getting fucked up by the children of Thanos.
Well, they're also like pretty powerful. Like all four of them were.
Not really.
He also
they cut off the big one's hands.
He also
easily.
took the only reason he was being beaten is because he
got
took
stabbed.
Took
a scepter.
Yeah, like had he seen that coming, he probably would have fucked him up.
Yeah, it also doesn't let him. What was it? It didn't let him phase.
Yeah,
his body back together.
Yeah, and he also couldn't like get his like full power going, and he was trying to heal himself and using his power to do that. And
yeah, because he couldn't even fly.
Not really. He was like kind of drifting around, you know.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch had to.
Whereas when he fought Ultron, he just fucking destroyed him.
Yeah. That movie is not very good.
I mean, yeah, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's all right.
That one like final scene where they're all is it like they're trying to get to a portal or something like that?
No, wait.
They're like in like a circular building and like just all these bad guys are coming in and they're protecting it.
Sokovia is like hovering that's like blasting off and they're going to drop it. They're just trying to like get everybody off of that rock before it falls.
Okay.
And they're going to blow it up or whatever, but
yeah.
This is a question.
The movie is just really...
Yeah, it's not good, but...
Yeah.
This is a question that we can use to help segue into DC. I'd say, is there any DC movie that can hang with any other Marvel movie? Because I don't think there's any Marvel... Only one that's like bad is Iron Man 3, I think.
Iron Man 2.
I think that one's just slow. It's not bad. It's just okay.
Thor: The Dark World?
That one's the same way.
That's a bad movie. I fucking hated that movie. Well, it's in the title. It's The Dark World.
It is The Dark World. And it's also what Richard Taylor, who did Game of Thrones. Like, he's done a bunch of Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah.
Shot out with that gloom and doom, like, murkiness.
Yeah.
But is there any DC movie that's, like, good enough to be like keep up with Marvel? I think
I haven't seen Aquaman, so I can't speak for that one.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, Man of Steel can probably hang with, like, something like Thor: The Dark World.
The very low end.
With the very bottom of Marvel films.
I think it's only Wonder Woman that can actually...
Oh, Wonder Woman, yeah.
You like Wonder Woman a lot more than I do.
I love Wonder Woman.
I think it's like good. It's like pretty good.
See, the problem I have with DC is that Wonder Woman's a good movie.
Yeah.
Man of Steel's okay.
Yeah.
Justice League is the worst movie. Actually, that might be worse than The Last Airbender because it's so offensive.
You had like a visceral reaction to Justice League.
Hate it.
I was like... especially as like because you weren't into comics yet then, and you like
no, I was. That's right when I started.
Oh, okay.
That's right when I started. But I was still just reading Image stuff. I was
you didn't really. Yeah, you weren't like super into it or anything, and you still had like the most like disgusted reaction to that movie. Even I didn't have that level.
It hurts. That film hurts to watch. Well, because what is it? Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf is one of the dumbest villains ever.
Yeah.
And it's especially dumb because they spend all this time fighting him, like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Superman comes in, beats him in a half a second, and then it's just over.
God. Okay,
it's
wait.
So dumb.
So let's go movie by movie for DC.
Okay.
Let's start with Man of Steel.
Okay.
Man of Steel, 2013, kicks off the whole thing. It's a Superman solo film directed by Zack Snyder, written by David Goyer, with story by Christopher Nolan. Goyer and Nolan did the Dark Knight trilogy. So I think the thing was with Man of Steel 2 is it was never intended like outright. And I feel pretty safe in saying even when they were like making it to be the kicking off point for a universe. I think it was just supposed to be a Superman movie.
It was just a Superman movie. And then they were like, that did okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, we are DC and we want to suck off Zack Snyder forever.
And
then
you had Batman. But let's talk about Man of Steel first. So yeah, but because the only nod to the wider universe is Superman gets like thrown out into space by Zod, and you see a Wayne Industries satellite.
Oh, you do?
But that was just like a fun little Easter egg. That would have if that was just a Superman movie.
Well, that's like that
was great.
That's kind of like what they did in the Incredible Hulk, the first one. And then the only connection you have to that is like there's like a Stark Industries weapons box. Like that's it.
Oh, wait. Pause really quick.
Yes.
How awesome was that Stan Lee tribute in Captain Marvel?
Oh, it was awesome.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And that he's reading Mallrats on the on the bus.
Have you seen Kevin Smith on Twitter?
Yeah, dude.
He was just freaking out.
He loved it.
Yeah, he's like, Well, I also was reading a bunch of stuff about it. So if that's true, Stan Lee is reading Mallrats. It puts the actual Stan Lee in Captain Marvel.
He's like a
not
god.
like as a character.
Yeah. Like he created these characters and then he lives in his own universe as like a god. Basically.
Well, he hasn't lived in his own universe until this point.
As far as we know.
Well, because in all those other films, he's playing other people.
Well, we don't know
In
that.
this
He's
one,
never credited as anything. He's just himself.
Yeah, but in this one, he like is Stan Lee.
But yeah, this is the first one where he is Stan Lee. But I'm just saying, he does say Excelsior in one of them, though. I forget which one.
Does he?
Yeah. But yeah, but I just wanted to get that out really quick. Also, how insane! I just want to watch the world burn one time, and just how fucking insane would it be if there was a passing line, like if Fury had said to Captain Marvel, just think about what fanboys would do if he's like, look, you're not Superman, and all of a sudden people are like, wait, do the DC comics exist in Marvel?
That would be so funny. Just a way that like that Marvel just show utter dominance over DC.
How insane would that be? Like, so those comics exist.
Yeah, our universe is so much bigger and better that we envelop your entire universe.
Well, the idea being that like this is a universe where there are real heroes, and then the fictional ones are your like comic books. And then your shitty movies exist in our universe. That would be the most. I just want to watch. Dude, DC fanboys would shit their pants. They would just implode.
Well, it almost kind of works out because all of Marvel takes place in actual cities.
In New York and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then all the DC stuff takes place in fictional places.
Oh, yeah, like Gotham, which is, oh my God. When I remember watching...
TV show Gotham?
Oh, no, I meant BVS. When you see that Gotham and Metropolis are like an Oakland-San Francisco situation, there's just a bay separating the two. There's just the shitty city, and like the shitty city with a storm over it, and then the bright and sunny city on the other side of a lake. And I was like, really, Zack Snyder? That's how you think it works? You think they're right next to each other?
Yeah.
Which suddenly makes Batman and Superman like completely meaningless. Like, why would Batman just never cross a lake?
You know what else would be super funny? If they should have done it in Captain Marvel, where like they show her back on her time on Earth and she's watching Batman and Robin.
Oh my God. And she's like, look at those nipples.
Yeah.
That would make sense. 95 would be...
Are they showing Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze joke? And she's like, that's a little hacky.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Or nice to freeze you.
Chill out.
You did.
DC has... I mean, they've made... some of my favorite films of all time.
They made maybe the best film of all time.
Yeah. Dark Knight.
Yeah. Which... Oh, it's just I meant Batman Begins. I'm kidding. I love that movie. It's just not the best film.
Oh, boy.
So Man of Steel... I would just say let's just give them each like a grade like in general. I would say Man of Steel is pretty good. Pretty good.
I'd give it a 6.
I thought the coolest bit about that movie was when the Kryptonians come and fight on Earth. The action was dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
When they're fighting Smallville.
When Michael Shannon...
Well, I meant like his like lieutenants were fighting Superman in Smallville.
Yeah.
And they're just so like the gravity here is so light for them. It was really cool.
Flying all over the place.
Yeah, they were kind of like moving like the Flash should if he wasn't running like a total dipshit. If he wasn't running like he was trying to do cowabunga all the time.
What?
He runs like this, like
You're doing an act out. This is a podcast.
Dude, yeah, you guys don't know what I mean when I say like this. He's like flopping his arms and his legs around. He trips 4 times in a 2-hour movie.
That is true. Is that in Justice League?
Yeah, we'll get to that. All right. So what do you think? Man of Steel, what do you say?
About a 6.
A 6? Yeah, I'd say 6 or...
I give it a...
6.5 for me. 6.5.
See, I give it a 6, but I'd also give it a B-.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense logically, but...
Yeah, but kind of it does.
Yeah.
I feel like movies, they never usually get below... It's very rare to get like a full F movie.
Yeah, it's very rare.
So that's why a 6 is kind of a B-
Which, that is just reserved for pieces of shit like Justice
I was going to say, we'll be there soon. Actually, we'll be there right now.
So Dawn of Justice. Well, we got to do Dawn of Justice.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Also,
it's a solid like D-.
Dawn of Justice?
Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah.
For somebody like me who follows like every little, not really anymore now, but every little bit of news for these movies, I was so pumped for that.
Batman Superman crossover because it had never been done.
And like I love Frank Miller's I love Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns.
Didn't Frank Miller do Sin City? Or he wrote Sin City?
Yeah. He did all the Dark Knight stuff. And that's where like that story comes from. Batman fighting Superman's from that Frank Miller
Okay,
Dark
from
Knight.
his run.
Yeah, from his he does like different, but they go off the rails later on.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the first one is amazing. That's all that matters.
Okay, so Dawn of Justice, we first see it's Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne for the first time, and we see his pretty dope suit.
Can we agree? If he didn't kill people in that movie, he's a great Batman. If he wasn't killing people,
They both kill hundreds of people.
no, that's what I'm saying. You take the killing out, he's a great Bruce Wayne. He's fucking massive. Like he's in good shape and he's massive.
In this one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll get there. And then his suit is dope. He's like a dead Robin. Like all of that stuff kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, because I'm like, if you're going to do that version of Batman, that's a good way to do it. If you're going to do an old Batman, which I wasn't really on board with, but that I remember seeing that in the trailers. You see like the Robin where the Joker's like spray painted his suit, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I love the Jeremy Irons Batman who just literally is like
Jeremy Irons
or Alfred, who's like, it's a wonder that you're not dead. Because Batman's like, we're going to do this. And Jeremy Irons is like, yeah, good one, idiot. Like, I love it. He's just like over it, but he's like, can't leave. Like, I remember thinking that was great. And then I watched the movie and he killed so many people. He just like turned men into paste in a car that he swung around behind him.
Well, I mean, it starts out with Superman bringing down a building.
Yeah. Which is what that
and
would
killing
happen.
kids and
Just
killing
amounts of people. I remember they said like canonically
he takes down like
thousands.
he takes down like a World Trade Center.
He takes down like most of the city.
Yeah.
There's like just a crater where a full metropolis was.
Yeah. He literally causes like a catastrophe worse than 9/11.
Yeah.
It basically commits a citywide genocide.
And it's because Zack Snyder never took into account like he wanted to show like this is what would happen if these two super beings really fought in a city.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Like they would fuck up everything.
And kill so many people.
Yeah.
But they didn't think about like if you read the comics, Superman will always like move the fight to like over the ocean or like where it's uninhabited or something on purpose.
Yeah, to try
so
to get
in BVS,
all the damage away from people.
Yeah, in BVS at the end scene when they're fighting Doomsday, he makes a point to be like, "I think this place is abandoned for miles." Like they make a point to say that like 3 different times because so many people were like, "Why the fuck would he do that?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot!"
God,
But
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
BVS,
no, but it was on at work one time, and I just hated every shot.
Yeah, well. There's some pretty cool shots. Zack Snyder is a good cinematographer.
I think overall, cinematically, it doesn't really work.
Well, it's just so disjointed. There's like single shots that are cool.
Yeah.
But then when you put them together, they're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that whole opening scene is just like,
it makes no sense.
like even like Bruce Wayne, like hugging the little girl and like looking up all angry. It's like, I don't buy it.
He's also, because
doesn't work.
So this is what would normally happen. You talk to people and they're like, you're like, oh, it's Batman versus Superman. They're like, oh, okay, well, that's not going to be good because obviously Superman will win. And you're like, well, no, because actually Batman, like what you would, if you read the comics, you'd know Batman, like he plans for everything. And like, that's why he says if there's even like a 1% chance he's our enemy, like we have to like do something about it, but he wouldn't kill him. Yeah. He would like have like a bunch of plans in place
and get him
which
like
he
arrested
does, but they all relied on Superman being the biggest dumb piece of shit on earth. He gets hit with kryptonite grenade twice. It happens once and then he sees the second one coming and is shocked when it happens again.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in so long to even like
dude, this etched in my memory. More so than Justice League because just by that point Justice League I was like,
I think I watched
the worst.
I watched Justice League once. But But that one really it haunts me.
Dude, Justice League is trash.
So
let's go.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
Rating.
Bad. I'd say 2.
2?
2.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because I'm gonna
agree with that.
I'm gonna say because it's the second lowest grade I'll give. I can already tell you that much.
Because Justice League's a 0.
Actually, I might say they're probably the same.
Not in my mind.
Yeah. So what's Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad came out later that year.
Yep. Directed by
David Ayer.
Written by David Ayer, right? And somebody else.
Yeah. Story by David Ayer.
Yeah. He had 6 weeks. Okay, so we need to preface this one. David Ayer was kind of fucked over a lot in the making of this movie. He got 6 weeks to write the entire story and finish screenplay.
Oh, boy.
That is an insane thing to ever put anybody through. Then he like had the movie, like the film essentially lifted out of his grasp during the editing process when DC sent, this is a normal thing where they'll send they'll send a movie off to a different company to make a trailer. They made this Bohemian Rhapsody trailer that everybody loved. It was a great trailer. And then they're like, do you guys want to edit the whole movie and do your version of it? And they're like, sure, because it's their, why would they say no?
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, we'll just use yours because his is dark and maybe it could be bad and it's not very funny. So they went back and did reshoots only to add humor. And then
For Suicide Squad?
Yep. And then they used that other company's version as the version that we saw in theaters.
Wow. Well, it's interesting because David Ayer has done some good shit.
End of Watch.
Yeah, End of Watch and Fury, which Fury's a great movie.
What's his other? He's a really big one that I'm missing.
He wrote Training Day, and he wrote
Training Day,
and he wrote. Oh, and he produced it. But then he also wrote the original Fast and the Furious. He wrote SWAT, which I like. I still think it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's good.
You got Samuel L. Jackson's in there.
Colin Farrell.
Okay,
Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yep. Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez. Then he also directed Bright, which
that was trash. But that's also because you're dealing with fucking Max Landis writing a script and that fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a really bad one.
Yeah.
He also is doing something called The Tax Collector this year.
Oh, I don't know.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
So Suicide Squad. I really liked Harley Quinn. I think Margot Robbie was good.
She's great.
Will Smith's Deadshot was.
It's just Will Smith.
Yeah.
It's all he ever is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he kind of does play the same thing.
I just watched that new Aladdin trailer.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I don't think so.
It shows the genie a lot more. I kind of don't hate it as much as now that I've seen it.
I didn't hate it after the first trailer.
Well, I hated it first when they showed him and it's just Will Smith and I was like, oh, I guess he's not blue. And then I was like, whatever. And then they showed this like big poofy blue version. And I was like, that is bad. And then you see it in this and it's like sometimes he isn't blue and then sometimes he's just like a normal version of him but blue. And then sometimes he's doing weird stuff. No matter what, though, it's never going to work because Robin Williams' performance was so amazing.
Yeah, Robin Williams is great as the genie. Yeah,
Will Smith isn't that dude. Like, he's not that kind of a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to get past it just with like charisma alone.
And it wasn't. That's not what Robin brought, though. Too. He brought schizophrenia.
Yeah, it's kind of like this, just like wacky, just bounce off. I was like,
yeah, I don't think I bet you a lot of that was improv. Robin Williams stuff.
I don't know.
It had to be. The way it's read, but then again, a lot of times you're acting against like already like halfway finished animation, so probably not.
Well, it was probably improvised in the way that like he had the script and he would just like change lines.
Yeah, I guess they also probably knew what like that he could do Nicholson and those kind of things, you know.
Yeah. So Suicide Squad.
The other thing I want to say about Suicide Squad is
the whole premise is kind of dumb.
Right, that's what I was going to say. You're creating a team that's supposed to be able to stop Superman.
Yeah.
What character on that team could stop Superman?
Oh, the guy with the gun.
Yeah. What about the guy with the boomerangs?
What about the girl with the baseball bat?
What about the guy that can climb anything who was only there to die? Or what about the
guy who's just a little crazy?
Right. What about the guy who could use fire but won't?
Oh.
And then at the very end, you're like, okay, maybe he could fuck up Superman.
I will say Joel Kinnaman is in it, and I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I love him in everything
he has nothing to do in that movie.
Nope.
He just kind of hangs out.
I'm watching you guys.
I don't know
That's
if
my whole job.
Him and fucking Scott Eastwood is in that movie as like a very minor role.
Oh,
he just kind of shows up in the background a lot.
I love Scott Eastwood.
I was really bummed. A lot of people were saying he was going to be like Dick Grayson.
Oh,
and we were going to be, and like it was going to be like a secret little nod to Nightwing. But it didn't.
Joel Kinnaman could play Batman too. He's not dark. He
can't now if this new Batman's in that universe.
That is true.
I hope it's not. I have so much faith in Matt Reeves. We'll talk about the future here in a little bit.
So Suicide Squad rating
4. I'd say it's a 4.
I'll give it a 3. I truly just don't like anything in the DCU.
You like Wonder Woman, and you probably
besides
like
Wonder
Aquaman.
Woman.
Okay, you probably like Aquaman.
So yeah, let's go to Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
directed by Patty Jenkins,
written by
Alan Heinberg.
Oh yeah,
which is you
know him.
Yeah, he was Writer and producer on Sex and the City, Gilmore Girls, The O.C., Grey's Anatomy.
That feels like a really shitty, like, they're like, you write girly characters.
Yeah.
You want to write Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
He didn't
Dude,
do
it's literally all he's done.
But you know what's funny?
He hasn't done all of his films.
You wouldn't watch Wonder Woman, though, and think that dude wrote that stuff, though.
No, not at all.
So good for him. Wonder Woman's a good movie.
But yeah, it's literally all he's ever done.
Yeah.
Something called Blue Like Jazz.
Ugh.
Oh, he actually didn't even write it. He got his credit was special thanks.
Oh, that might have mean he did some ghostwriting stuff. That's usually what that means.
Yeah, the only 2 films it seems like he's done. It looks like Wonder Woman was the first one.
Is he doing the second one?
Something called Multiple Man.
Oh, Multiple Man?
Yeah, it's like an X-Men.
With James Franco?
An X-Men thing.
Yeah, Multiple Man's a cool character. He's really weird, but he's cool.
Yeah, he's writing that too.
Yeah, I think it's dead though. I think that one
is.
It's going to be dead on the 20th. It'll all die.
Everything else he's done has just been TV.
Can we talk about how blissful March 20th will be? That's when the Fox Disney deal is official.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really hoping Disney is like, thank you, sign the paperwork and be like, okay, New Mutants and Dark Phoenix are canceled.
New Mutants is so interesting because it was supposed to come out like a year ago.
Oh, I thought you meant the premise. I was like,
I don't really know the premise.
I don't want to see emo X-Men kids in a school or like an insane asylum, whatever it is.
But it was supposed to be.
They both were
supposed to come out like last November.
It was supposed to come out last March, I think.
Holy
New Mutants was supposed to be last summer.
Last summer.
They both were pushed back significantly for like a fuck ton of reshoots
because they're terrible.
The rumors is that they've done like 250% reshoots, as in they've shot two movies and change for both.
Dude, I literally just got goosebumps by how fucked that is.
Yeah, and the amount of money that they would have to make to recoup it all.
Oh my god!
Which is
it's going to have to get like $700 million, probably.
At least, and there's no way they will. Probably, they'll probably be trash.
Yeah,
because the plot of Dark Phoenix is the plot of X-Men 3, the Phoenix Saga.
It's the same thing.
Which I hope you can hear from that name is the Phoenix Saga. It took place over years. It's not a one movie type of deal.
Yeah.
And then New Mutants, I don't know. I guess I want to see a mutant bear.
A mutant bear?
I think that happens.
Let's go back to Wonder Woman since we got off of it for a second.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Directed by Patty Jenkins.
Written by our good boy Al.
Written by our good boy Al Heinberg.
Starring Gal Gadot doing a great job as Wonder Woman after doing a pretty uninspired version in BVS. People are like, she's amazing, she's a standout. I was like, I forgot she was in it.
In BVS?
Yeah.
She's in it?
Exactly.
I literally had no
Remember
idea.
that bit at the end where like she shows up and helps them fight Doomsday, and they do that really bad joke where they're like, is she with you? I thought she was with you.
Oh yeah, that's so stupid.
Dumb.
I'm into Wonder Woman 1984. I feel like it's
Me too.
Good.
Yeah. I'll definitely see that. I mean, because we'll talk about the future here, but I feel like things are kind of going in the right direction for them right now.
For her? Oh yeah, for DC.
I think in general, they've canceled a lot of the bad stuff. They really have.
Going in the right direction is canceling.
Yeah, Ben Affleck went to AA, and he canceled himself.
Yeah,
and then he finally dropped out. Finally,
see. So if you have a new Bruce Wayne, do you have to completely revamp the whole universe?
I don't think so. I honestly think if you're just like, hey, that never happened, everybody'd be like, okay.
Yeah, but he's such a big character and he's had his own movie. Oh, no, he didn't have his own movie, but
nah. I know, especially because Henry Cavill's probably out. He's already said he's trying to do The Witcher, and that's going to take up a lot of his time.
Yeah, it's a Netflix series, right?
Yeah.
I've
played one of those games, and I thought it was cool. I guess
he's playing Gareth.
Mm-hmm. Geralt. Yeah,
not
Geralt.
Gareth.
Yeah. Gareth Edwards.
I just watched the BBC Office. That's why the name Gareth.
He's playing Dwight.
Yeah,
no.
I guess if you take those two out, but I feel like it's still going to be weird.
Will Smith's out too. So
who's out?
Will Smith. He's not coming back as Deadshot for anything again.
Okay.
Not that everybody was like, okay.
Nobody gives a fuck.
The only one that anybody cared about. Everybody wanted Affleck out. Nobody gave a shit about Will Smith, and everybody was like, oh, Henry Cavill could have been really good if he had been given something to do.
Yeah.
But in BVS, he was literally just mopey everywhere. He was mopey in the sky. He was mopey in a bathtub with Amy Adams. He was mopey when he was trying to solve who the Batman was.
He was mopey when he died.
He was mopey as fuck when he died. He was also mopey when he was like when he's about to fight Batman, and they literally. I always reference this, but we've talked about it before. But that Nick Mason thing on the Weekly Planet, where it all could have been solved on a Post-it note, where it's literally just like, "I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you." Okay.
Well,
he's got my mom.
What really sucks about BVS is because the end is when it's like after his funeral, right?
Yeah, and you
see all the dirt move. So whenever you get to Justice League, you know he's alive the whole time.
Yeah,
and he's just being a mopey douche.
Yeah, and
not helping.
Well, he doesn't know he's alive, I guess. Well, it doesn't really make sense in Justice League. He's dead in Justice League somehow. Like
but you know that he's alive at the end. We know, BVS.
But somehow nobody else knows. Like it's like, but then also the best part about that is they had like a family burial where they killed Clark Kent. How do you bring him back?
Oh, yeah.
How does he just show up at work? Also, they had an open casket 5 feet away from the food. That one bothered me the most.
It's just unsanitary.
It's just not okay. That man had a hole in his chest.
You're just eating like little Smokies, barbecue weenies.
Yeah, they just had guacamole in his chest.
They ran out of table space.
Yeah. Like, he won't mind. If anything, he'll love it. He did love guac.
It's actually the opposite. He was allergic. But it doesn't affect him now.
It's something he always wanted to eat, but he never could. Yeah. Now it's in him forever.
On him.
Well, yeah. It's in that hole in his chest.
Oh, boy.
So let's go back to Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That one's good. That I will safely say Wonder Woman is good.
Yeah. That one's just like...
It's pretty safe.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to fit in the whole DCEU. But just stand alone, it's the best film by far.
The only way it's connected is in the beginning and the end when she's like looking at that. When Bruce Wayne's like, "Who's that in the picture?" and she's like, "It's me."
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's the only part.
But yeah, it's like a fun, like conspiracy Nazi, death campy thing, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
when Chris Pine breaks into the.
They're like labs. It's World War One.
It's World War One?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2.
No, it's 100% 1.
Oh,
that's why they're doing the trench warfare and there's biplanes and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was World War II, I guess.
That was kind of the only problem I had with it was like they made the Germans very Nazi-ish when they weren't yet.
That's like why I assumed it was.
Yeah, they made. Yeah, I mean,
because you have like a weird scientist doing experiments on people.
I hate to say it, but most people don't remember that World War I happened. They just assume World War II was the first one, and we just called it 2.
Well, it was the Great War. It was the war to end all wars. Was the first one,
right? So
and then the second one, they're like, "Fucking, I guess we'll just call it 2."
This is number 2,
the sequel.
Yeah, there was the Great War, and then there was the second one.
Same characters,
literally.
Same characters, slightly different plots.
Same people's fucking up everything too.
Yeah,
Germany, little fucks. I would. So it's good. It's like it's like the first time we see like a heroine who like doesn't need like a man to save her or anything. If anything, she's saving him.
Well, none of the women need any men.
Those women could beat the shit out of every man.
Yeah, I really did like that training montage.
There's a lot of cool shit.
It's very similar to Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
when like she's incredibly powerful, but the person training them doesn't want them to access the full power.
Right.
Wants them to like get good on their own before.
And they're for different reasons. Like her mom just wants to protect her.
Yeah, because she knows that she's the one that has to defeat the God of War, which is Ares.
Eventually, yeah.
And then Captain Marvel is just like they're trying to protect themselves almost.
It's the Kree because they know what they did.
Yeah.
They know what they did.
They know what they did, and they know how strong she is.
Yeah, and dude, I actually loved that bit at the end of Captain Marvel where Jude Law's like, "All right, let's just solve this with our fists." And she's like, "Boom!"
She just blasts.
It's just pure Indiana Jones. Remember in Raiders when he's standing in that crowd and that dude pulls out a sword, he just pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Yeah.
It's 100%. But I love that though. Yeah. Because I was about to be like, oh my God.
Well, because it's also like he's like, let's do this fair.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you want to do it fair now because
she's knocked all of your ships out of the sky. And then I just love that she's like, just blast them out. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little anticlimactic for a third act, but it's still just like it shows you just how crazy strong she is.
Yeah, and it was also very like ham-fisted, like a little over the top. Like we said,
or it's like this is how strong a woman is. Like, do you mean like that way?
No, not just that and the like. It's literally
It did feel like that.
She got all of her power, and it just starts playing "I'm Just a Girl," and she's knocking spaceships out of the sky. And I was like, okay,
yeah.
I was like, we're all on board. You don't have to.
So I went on Sunday, and the theater was completely packed.
Oh yeah.
And like whenever there was like a really like strong like women thing, it was just like,
woohoo! Yeah,
you go, girl.
Oh my
like
God.
that, like the whole time.
Can you imagine? So this would have to be like on a Tuesday, those drunk bitches when we saw A Star Is Born.
Oh my God.
They're going to go to one of those.
For sure.
And they're going to ruin it.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, fucking right. So I told my husband I opened that jar of pickles and I told him he could suck my dick. And he said, no, fuck you, bitch. I did it. I did it. Like that's what they're going to do in the middle of Captain Marvel. But like I was saying, Wonder Woman. Let's give that a grade.
I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it like a 7.
Okay.
It's so safe for me. I felt like that was DC's like way of being like they had the chance to really do something like cool, and it was, but it just wasn't. They still haven't figured out a way to really knock it out of the park.
So far, DC has had.
Are you keeping track of the grades?
No, but I kind of remember.
Yeah.
So Man of Steel gave like a 7 or an 8.
6.
Yeah. Dawn of Justice was a 2. Suicide Squad was a 3.
Yep.
Wonder Woman 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7
I'd say
7. We'll say 7.5. Split
7.5.
Yeah.
Now we go into the third film that Zack Snyder has directed.
Yeah.
And by far the worst one. Somehow worse than Dawn of Justice.
Yeah. Well, they're on equal playing ground for me. They're the same.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Yeah, it's true. I think they're so bad for different reasons that I can't really say one's worse than the other.
Awful.
Also, don't forget, Joss Whedon played a very big role in that movie. He doesn't want to act like he did after it was so bad, but he played a very big role.
Well, because Zack Snyder stepped down like
under very sad circumstances, like legitimately.
What was it? His dad died?
His daughter committed suicide.
Oh, fuck me.
It was really sad. It was really bad.
Wow.
And then a lot of people on like Reddit and Twitter were like, good, fuck you. Like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
That's one of those moments where I was like, I should get off Twitter. And I didn't.
Yeah,
but now I'm happy that I did.
It really sucks a fat dick sometimes.
Reddit especially can be like a weirdly like angry place.
Yeah.
They turn really quickly. Twitter, everybody's just a piece of shit all the time.
Yeah. Well, because Reddit's like, it's like, because it's deeper than Twitter. Like, yeah. Like people write like giant posts and all that kind of shit, but people like team up and like plan attacks and all that kind of shit on Reddit. And that's Reddit for the most part though is like a very safe, fun-loving, good community.
That's what I mean. So when they get bad, they get real bad.
Yeah, it gets bad.
But Twitter, everyone on there is just the worst person.
So this is one of the biggest pieces of shit that's ever been made.
Also one of the biggest like financial like misses. Because how much was the budget? Wasn't it like 600 million?
300 million.
Oh, yeah, it's one movie. 300 million, yeah.
$300 million budget.
But I think they said it might have been more.
Where did that money go? Because it's certainly not on screen.
Well, I think it was to pay Joss Whedon to come in and do some stuff when Zack stepped away. All he did was color correct different things from like dark to light. Like all he did was take like...
Wasn't Joss Whedon do a bunch of reshoots too?
Yeah, but most of them aren't in the movie. They can't be. Because a lot of the stuff that's in the movie is in the trailer. The only thing it looks like he did was cut some stuff out. Like stuff I actually wanted to see. Like the stuff about Cyborg, like when he was still like a normal human, like playing football and stuff. Like I kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Because I like Cyborg. Not necessarily in that movie, but I like that character. Because in that movie, they forgot his whole plot at the end.
Yeah.
Remember, they're like, he's made by the mother boxes. Like, maybe we can't trust him. Maybe he's going to like turn on us. But he just doesn't.
He starts. He starts like, he like shoots at Superman.
Very briefly. That happened.
Yeah, it's over in like 10 seconds.
I was going to say.
Because, he's like, I can't stop myself. And he's aiming at Superman. And then he shoots a missile. And then Superman gets really angry and tries to start fighting them all.
Tries to start fighting. Oh, yeah.
He tries to start fighting all of them.
That's the only good bit in the entire movie, too, is when the Flash is running towards Superman and he kind of turns his head.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Sees him.
Yeah,
that part's pretty cool.
That's it. And that bit where Superman pulls Batman like 30 feet in the air and drops him because I was like, fuck you, fucking asshole. That's funny. And Batman's just like, I'm so fucked up.
Yeah.
Because Ben Affleck is legitimately like,
I think it's really funny that like DC is so shitty.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, we're making this giant, like all these superheroes are coming together.
Yeah.
Our main director drops out. What do? hire the guy who did the best one.
Yep.
Hire the guy who
Still
did the
fuck it
Avengers.
up. Yep.
Yeah. And
Dude,
just make him fix everything.
There's no excuse for a movie that has Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, like for that movie to not at least make $1 billion. There's just no excuse.
Yeah, and it didn't. It made like 700
something. Was it 700?
657, I think it was.
That's so embarrassing. I hate to say it. I don't.
Wait, how was Joss Whedon uncredited as directing?
He got screenplay credit. Remember?
Uncredited as directing Winter Soldier. Oh, we just did the post credits.
He did the post credits, right?
Okay.
Right.
Never mind.
No, but remember in the beginning, Joss, when they're doing that credit scene, you see that homeless guy, and his sign says "I tried," and it says "Screen." That's when Joss Whedon's name pops up, is right by "I tried." It's pretty. Fuck Joss Whedon, dude.
Fuck you. I love Joss Whedon,
dude. He's a terrible person. You see all that, dude? Yeah,
don't
you know what happened, dude? He emotionally, and physically, was imprisoning that his ex-wife or girlfriend for years.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I've never heard of that.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, it all came. She released all the letters and stuff that he was sending to her, and he was insane.
Damn.
And he also if you got on his bad side on Buffy, he would just kill you off immediately, at all. Nah, Joss is he's got some pretty shitty stuff in his past, I should say. He's maybe not as bad as in all facets, but he's done some pretty shitty stuff. Have you seen it?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it right now because they talk about. There's a whole section on his Wikipedia page about feminism.
Yeah,
because most of his characters are very feminist. His early.
They're pretty one-dimensionally feminist. They're they kind of spout that what you're girls are strong.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's what not that it's bad, but you know what I'm saying.
Then in August 2017, his ex-wife said that he had multiple years of infidelities and hypocrisy of touting feminist ideals while using their marriage as a shield for his misuse of power. I'll have to read more into it. We can talk about it next time.
I remember when it came out.
Because I love Joss Whedon's work.
Yeah, I know. And it's
I love
it's that
Firefly
artist
and Serenity.
And art stuff. I still love Brand New, but their singer's a terrible person. So
yeah, I
still listen to their music. I don't listen to Ignition anymore. I'll tell you that.
It was very fucked up at Helium the other day. They just had on a random playlist and multiple Michael Jackson songs came on in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, we got to stop.
What's another one where I'm it's so tough. But okay, so wait, what was that? Justice League. We're going to give that we've talked about it too much.
-35.
It's a great grade.
It's unwatchable.
This is a great grade. Let's give
if I had an option to rewatch Justice League or nick my balls shaving, I'll nick my balls every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick my ball. I would give here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give BVS a 1, and I'm gonna give Justice League a 1.01.
You think BVS is worse than Justice League?
Just by a smidge.
How?
Because you made a 3.5-hour movie and then got upset when they said they couldn't release that. You cut an hour out that was all necessary.
Well, apparently Justice League did the same thing. Hired a new director and he just cut out a bunch of important shit.
Yeah, but at least
Suicide Squad's also bad for that reason too, because you shot apparently an hour of Joker shit and he's in it for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's a whole other
They're
thing.
all terrible.
Yeah, they're all bad. Yeah, they're really there's just a series of ones, and then Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, and then now Aquaman. We'll talk about Aquaman.
Yeah, so Aquaman I haven't seen. James Wan, visionary director.
Yes. A master of the horror genre.
Yeah.
And didn't he make the best Fast and the Furious movie, everybody says?
Oh, which one did he do?
Fast 7,
he did all the Saw movies. He did Insidious. He did The Conjuring.
Yep. Yeah, he's master of horror.
Oh, he did Furious 7?
Yeah. People say it's the best one.
I don't remember. God, all of his movies, he just does just horror.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Literally, exclusively. Except for Furious 7.
Actually, Aquaman has some horror elements in it.
Yeah, except Aquaman and Furious 7. Everything else is
horror.
Which one is Furious 7? Oh, is that the one?
7th one.
Fuck you. Is this the one where Paul Walker is dead?
It comes after 6, but before 8.
I fucking hate
That's all I know about those movies. His is the one I think where somebody drives a car out a window into another building.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but it was watching it in the not in the theater. Watching it after though, I was
going to say, if you fucking paid.
That's pretty cool. Well, a lot of people did because
no, it made a bunch of money.
So budget of $190 million. What do you think that film made?
Billion something.
1.5 billion.
Yeah, totally.
Holy shit.
People love those movies.
And that is the last Paul Walker film too.
Yeah, because that's the one in the end where he drives away, and they used like CGI to recreate
Never see you again.
the Charlie Pluth song or whatever. Puth.
And Wiz.
Yeah,
Wiz Khalifa.
It's been a long day
without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Do you know that's like one of the most streamed songs of all time?
Yeah, it's a good song. I like it.
It is, but it's just of all time.
Yeah.
Ever.
Paul Walker, R.I.P. dog.
Paul, you're right. Paul Walker, that's a bummer. But okay, so Aquaman, I would say Aquaman is like there are a lot of really good visual elements. They do a lot of stuff that I really have never seen done. Like all the underwater stuff is really cool. There's a lot of really fun action scenes. It's very like compared to the rest of DC, it's very bright and colorful.
Yeah.
There's some really cool action shots like that jumping out of the window scene that you and I have talked about before.
Yeah, if you watch the trailer,
it's in there.
There's a scene where I don't know, it's Amber Heard's character is running through like a hallway, and as she's
running on the rooftops.
No, she's in the hallway.
No, she's running on the rooftop, and that guy's chasing her, like hearing her footsteps through the hallway.
Oh, okay.
And then
so the camera's following that guy, and then it just shoots out of a window like really quickly, and then like kind of pulls up, so then you can see both of them running.
And the edit point is like it's clearly when they jump out the window, but it's so seamless that finding it is really tough.
Yeah,
which is impressive.
It's even that super cool one where it's I think it's also in the trailer where it's of the lighthouse and it zooms out and it's like in a snow globe. Or is it the opposite?
Yeah.
Or is it like you're in a snow globe?
Yeah, the opposite. It's in the snow globe and you zoom in. That's where like his dad lives, who is Jango Fett from Star Wars.
Lives in a snow globe?
Yeah. It's the Grinch.
That's a very slight man.
Oh, he's real tiny. Yeah, it's like a Hagrid situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a good like origin story, especially for a character who until like the very recently, outside of very hardcore comic readers, was a big joke. People thought Aquaman was the worst. Yeah.
Well, it's also really cool how they completely went with a different look, like a look that hasn't been in the comics.
Well, no, it has.
It has.
Yeah,
it's mostly like a tall blonde guy, right?
Yeah, the difference is like they used the like New 52. Like pre New 52, also mixed with the New 52, where he's like this like more like haggard, like long hair and beard. He's not blonde and like white. He's like Hawaiian now. He's Jason Momoa. But other than that,
Jason Momoa. Like, if you would just say, like, what actor would be Aquaman?
Yeah.
It would be Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It looks like he would be
Chris Hemsworth. Like, those would be, like, the two. Like, if you're thinking
Jason
pure
Momoa
Aquaman,
fits way more.
Yeah, well.
In my mind.
Well.
And I haven't seen it yet, but.
If you're going off the comics, he doesn't really. Because you're like, oh, it should be, like, a guy that looks like this.
Well, I'm literally talking about, like, just not knowing
pure
comics.
Size and, like.
Just going by, like, feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he
Jason
feels
Momoa.
like he would be Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah.
That movie, big success.
Yes. $2 billion, right?
Box office, it's showing 1.1.
Oh, 1.1?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I didn't know it. But it's their only movie that hit $1 billion, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
I thought it. Not $2 billion. Yeah, you're right.
$2 billion's fucking bananas.
Well, there's been, 5 or 6 that have done it now.
Star Wars.
Black Panther. I think Force Awakens and Last Jedi. Black Panther, Avengers, Avatar.
Avatar's up to $2 billion?
Dude, I think Avatar is like still like 3.
Holy shit.
Or 2.9 or something.
Are you excited for those new ones?
No.
You're not?
I don't give one single fuck.
I am. I love that movie.
What?
The first Avatar.
Have you watched it recently?
No.
It does not hold up. The story is not very good.
It's the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
I don't want to watch
Not ever saw in theaters. It's the first 3D movie I ever saw.
How did you go that
First
long?
3D movie.
Oh, wait, what? You never saw like Spy Kids 3D?
I actually might have.
I'm pretty sure you did. You never saw Like Mike in 3D?
Avatar's in 2.8. Like Mike's a fucking hilarious movie.
And he finds his fucking shoes.
He just finds a beat up pair of Converse.
And he just is Michael
Jordan's also not in the film at all.
Not at all. His voice isn't in it or anything.
Yeah, it's fucking Lil Bow Wow. There's that whole scooter chase scene.
Oh my God. Dude, what a time to be alive.
Or it's a bunch of like 12-year-olds trying to scoot to get to the to like Madison Square Garden.
You can tell it's a movie that was a response to the popularity of Space Jam after it had come out.
10 years after it had come out.
No. Space Jam was like mid-90s. Like Mike was like 2000 or 2001.
For real? I thought Like Mike was like 2005.
No way.
I fucking hope so. Oh my God. I typed in Like Mike and it said Like Mike 2 came up as a suggestion.
I would just quit life.
2002.
Okay.
Like Mike. Yeah, so
Okay.
early 2000s.
Yeah, Space Jam was like, what, like 96 or
I
something?
thought it was 93.
Oh, maybe you're right, actually. Might be that early. Because if it's like...
Oh,
Jordan-
96. You're correct.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I feel like... And then the studio system takes its time getting a movie made, and that's what they pop out. Is Like Mike.
Like Mike. It's so funny. Just like knowing what we know about films, it's so funny. The projects that get greenlit, it's hilarious.
Dude, that's a great point. Because
just dog shit gets made.
that was like a time, though. Like, the 90s into the early 2000s was a really bad time for movies.
Same with the 80s, because the 80s is just like everybody doing coke, and they're like, yeah, let's fucking make it.
Yeah.
Let's go with it.
But then you get some really good, like, Night of the Comet and, like, cult movies that are really bad.
I've never even heard of Night of the Comet.
Oh, it's like a great, like, cult classic, like, really bad but awesome movie. You'd love Night of the Comet. It's basically like what happens is, like, these people, like, this comet passes Earth, and like most people die, but if you're in like a room that has lead around it, you survive. And there's like some really bad like zombies scenes by people that were like halfway
so
exposed.
It's just people just throwing like every idea, like just throwing everything into one script.
Yep. Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's like they had 5 like different scripts, and they're just like, all right, let's just buy all of these.
Oh yeah,
and then we'll just put elements of all of them.
You're right, 100%. And because it was like a vehicle for Cyndi Lauper's "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." So like that's like what helped. That's
like what got that song.
Well, both of them, they're like vehicles for each other. Like they were meant to be to like get it, like to make the movie big and make the song big. Like they thought one or the other would work, and we can guess which one did better. But dude, it is a great like cult classic movie.
Okay.
I also love John Hughes, so the 80s is like he's amazing.
I don't know why that just reminds me of the Stephen King film Maximum Overdrive.
Oh yeah,
it's the one film that he like actually directed. It's the only one he directed.
Did he write it too?
Yeah, he wrote it too. But it's apparently it was in the 80s, and it's just filled with cocaine.
That's the big truck one, right? Like
it's like killer cars. Yeah. But he was just apparently was just drinking a ton and just doing an insane amount of cocaine.
You know what's funny is that's what came out when he did that, but it came out with the weird 13-year-old orgy scene, and he wasn't doing that.
Oh,
it came out in like the late 70s, early 80s.
You cannot show a child orgy scene.
No. I'm saying he wrote that.
I know.
What a fucking psychopath. Was he sober for that bit? Okay, wait. So Aquaman, you can't really give it a grade, but I would give it like a 7, 6.5 maybe.
Okay,
it's good. It's got some good stuff.
It's available to buy right now digitally, but
I'd wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till I can rent it.
You could just not even.
I don't
get
want to spend $20.
You know.
Oh, also, I'll ask you this on the podcast. I'll put you on the spot. I texted you the other day if you had every MCU film.
I do
on DVD.
Yeah.
My girlfriend loved Captain Marvel.
That's great.
And she has always been like just super against seeing any superhero movies. And then I showed her Spider-Man Homecoming, loved it.
Yep.
Then I showed her Captain Marvel, loved it. And then I showed her one. Oh, and then she loves like The Dark Knight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now it's like, would you want to go back and like possibly watch all the MCU films? And she said yes.
Ooh.
That's why I'm going to marry this woman. I was going
to say, that's the dream.
She wants to watch wants to watch them.
So wait, what are you putting me on the spot for? Do I have them
Can
all?
I borrow all of them?
Yes.
Okay. I have like...
I would just...
I don't know. I have like Guardians 1 and 2, and I have like... I have like random ones.
Okay. I do have all of them. I didn't know for sure if I had Ant-Man, but I do. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I mean.
Oh, okay. Oh, she started watching it, and then she fell asleep because I rented it.
I just want to say, a little side point... Alex's lovely girlfriend, for the longest time, did not enjoy one of our all-time favorite movies, What We Do in the Shadows. But we recently started watching again, and I remember looking over and somebody was laughing very hard.
She laughed hard, but then she also went to bed and didn't want to finish it.
I feel like that was just a point of pride.
Also, when we first started dating, I was like, Harry Potter is like my favorite thing in the world. She's like, that's so dumb. And then I made her watch every single one, she loves them.
Yep.
She's seen all of them like 3 times now. And we've been dating for 3 years.
Which I can kind of get, because if you don't read them and you grow up with everybody being like, that's the best thing ever, you're probably going to be like, all right, I don't care now.
Yeah, you probably think it's way overhyped.
Yeah.
And like,
but
they can't be
in the Shadows is unforgivable.
What We Do in the Shadows is great.
But then I look over and she was laughing very hard. I
mean, it's going to already be out by the time this podcast comes out. But the What We Do in the Shadows TV show comes out this month for us.
Yeah, it was just reviewed at South by Southwest. And people love it.
The pilot's apparently phenomenal.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah,
I can't wait. And I want to see because if it's Taika directing and Jermaine writing,
it's actually so they trade off.
Right.
So like Taika,
the pilot. I'm just saying. I don't know the rest.
Oh, the pilot, I believe,
is Jermaine writing and Taika directing.
Yeah. But I know Taika wrote some, and then Jermaine directed some too.
Cool. I think I just want to
Jermaine. Sorry, I put an R in there.
Yeah. How dare you,
Jermaine?
Yeah.
Taika, Jermaine, Rice Darby.
I love Reese Darby so much.
He's in that movie too. He's like, why are you cursing all the time?
We're werewolves, not swearwolves.
He's so funny. So okay, let's go future movies. I'm just gonna rattle these off, and I want you to tell me your opinion.
Okay.
Just boom, just like rapid fire.
Okay.
Shazam.
Shazam looks phenomenal.
I think it's very charming.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. It's an interesting. What am I trying to say? Not distraction. It's an
sort of like side story, like
yeah. It's
like
like
an adjacent story to
yeah. It's an interesting whatever. It looks like it's gonna be good.
I think the one thing it's definitely gonna do is it's gonna appeal way more to kids than any of the rest of these have until now.
Yeah, for sure. Because like especially the MCU, like all the MCU films, work for people our age, people older, and kids.
I mean, like maybe like 12 or 13. I wouldn't show like some like Winter Soldier. I would not show that to a kid.
Winter Soldier's a dark one.
Some of those get pretty dark.
But like Ant-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there are films in the MCU that can work for kids.
100%.
The DCEU, none of them work for kids.
Aquaman, you could maybe
Aquaman probably.
Maybe, yeah.
But all of them are so dark and
so I wouldn't show anything else. Weird. Maybe Wonder Woman.
Not weird. The fuck am I talking about?
Well, no, they're weird. Some of them are.
Yeah.
But so Shazam looks good. Birds of Prey.
Lex Luthor P thing.
Oh.
Birds of Prey is the all-female superhero thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, because it's
Margot Robbie.
Do you want to take another pass?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Who else is in that? Isn't like Karen Gillan in it?
No, it's I forgot the girl's name. She was in Friday Night Lights at the end. She's playing Black Canary. It's
Oh yeah. Okay, well first off, the title, you didn't do the whole thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Birds of Prey, parentheses, and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Close parentheses, I want to kill myself.
It's very much leaning into the idea that we fucked this up.
Oh, first. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh yeah, she's Huntress.
Ewan McGregor.
He's Black Mask. Who's the girl that's playing Black Canary?
African American Mask. Rosie Perez. Okay.
Yeah,
she's playing Renee Montoya. Ali Wong. I like anything that comics in.
Who's playing Black Canary though? What's that girl's name? It's 3 names, like something Smollett Cole or something.
I don't know. Give me 1 second.
Oh, it should be there.
Journey Smollett Bell.
Smollett Bell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could be into this.
We don't know a lot about it yet. It looks fun. I'm interested. I like Harley Quinn's. I like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Yeah. And the rest of it, it's just so vague right now. Who knows?
It's one of my favorite characters from... actually, it's probably my favorite character from Suicide Squad.
I've skipped one. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is in September.
Into it.
I like
anything Joaquin Phoenix does.
Yeah, I'm interested.
He's a great actor that I think could really nail it.
Yeah, and it's a very weird take on it. It's like an Elseworlds. Like it's not related. It takes place in the 70s.
It also doesn't look like super dark, which I mean, it's going to be.
I was going to say,
even like with his makeup, like it just looks like more clownish.
It looks very
which it could still be very dark.
Well, I think it looks like it's like not taking itself seriously while also being really dark.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he looks like he's just like it's very much like the comedian from Watchmen is what I think it's going to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean by that? Like, where he's like, it's all a joke, like a big nihilist thing.
Yeah. Everything's a joke, but it's a joke because like he's dealt with so much like fucked up shit.
Right.
It's kind of how I am with comedy.
Yeah, I think,
like you're right. You just make everything a joke because it's easier.
Because this guy's, I think they're kind of basing this off King of Comedy, that Scorsese film. Where he's like a failed, it's Robert De Niro. Yeah, and he's like a failed comedian, and he kind of goes off the rails. I think this is kind of that.
Okay,
but then
it's like Ray Liotta at the end of Raging Bull.
Yeah, kind of. That'd be great.
Just comedy in a shitty bar for like 6 people.
That's what I think it is.
You think so?
I think he kind of. I'm interested to see what version they do to get him to be like the Joker.
Who's directing that?
The guy from The Hangover, Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips is doing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay,
Scorsese's producing.
Oh shit.
So, and then you have
even like his outfit's so cool.
it's weird, but it's cool. It's very like Ledger in the
Zazie
70s.
Beetz is in it. De Niro.
Mm-hmm. It's a good cast, yeah.
Oh fuck, Brian Callen's in it.
Yep.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Todd Phillips is doing it.
Yeah, Mark Maron. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark Maron's supposed to play actually a big role.
He's also coming to Helium pretty soon.
Oh, dope. Wonder Woman 1984. We've already said.
Yeah,
we like
I'm super into it.
What about the Matt Reeves as the Batman? That one
What's that one?
That's Matt Reeves. You know, he did Planet of the Apes, the new Planet of the Apes movies. The two. Well, he did Dawn and then Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes. The second two, the good ones.
Okay, so we still got a couple of years for this.
2021, yeah. And he's casting right now for a young Batman.
Yeah. See, I just don't know.
I trust Matt Reeves.
Once I see who is playing Batman, I'll be way more into it.
I mean, I like that what he did was Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck were trying to write the new Batman script, and Ben Affleck was going to direct it.
Jeff Johns is the comic book writer, right?
Yeah, and he was the creative chief of DC Films, and he stepped down from that, and Matt Reeves came in and was like, you can kind of basically infer that
Jeff
he was
Johns
like,
is not getting a writing credit on IMDb
for the Batman. That's what I'm saying. They're not using that script anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically what you can infer is Matt Reeves essentially came in, and these things trickle out eventually. So
Matt Reeves directed the first Cloverfield too?
Yeah.
That movie's great.
That's a JJ one.
I've watched it recently.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
But you can infer that Matt Reeves basically came in and said no to this script, no to Ben Affleck, no to this old Batman. Like, he's basically trying to he wants to tell like a very detective heavy story. It's less about like Gotham is going to be taken down and more of like, I love Detective Batman. Like, that is my favorite version of Batman.
Yeah.
When he's really like analytical.
You
and
get
like,
it a lot in
Hush.
In Hush, but also in the Dark Knight series too.
Oh yeah.
There's that whole there's the whole thing where it's in the Dark Knight when he pulls the bullet out of the wall, and then you see him like testing it on different bricks and different bullets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that stuff's like perfect detective stuff.
Yeah,
I want to see a lot more
like
of that.
The sonar system too. Whenever they're looking for the Joker through all this, like high tech sonar level shit.
But it's also, I think it's going to be based somewhat on those Arkham games too, where it's like him like out gathering intel and stuff and doing stuff. I like that stuff.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that now.
I'm pumped. Actually,
if that's what it is,
and it's going to be,
then I'll be into
a younger Batman. I still think it's going to be Armie Hammer. I'm pretty sure.
Hammer. I was just looking at. I think after we talked about it, I was doing research on.
He was going to be your Batman at one point when
and then the writer's strike. There was the writer's strike, and they scrapped the whole picture.
The Mad Max dude, yeah, he was going to direct Justice League, Mortal.
Oh, fuck.
And Armie Hammer was Batman.
Guy?
Yeah, the Mad Max dude. I'm blanking on his name.
Fury Road, Mad Max. George Miller.
George Miller, yes. And he, what?
Just George Miller is like best known for.
Yeah,
it's a producer. Yeah, producer on Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max the Road Warrior, he wrote, and then Happy Feet.
So he was going to do that. And then he dropped out of that, but he's still so young. He could definitely do. He's like 30, right? Or something like that.
Armie Hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Have we talked? I watched Sorry to Bother You recently.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think?
Armie Hammer is great in that film.
He's awesome.
And that movie is so good.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie.
Danny Glover's great in it.
Yeah, Danny Glover's great. What's the fucking guy's name? Lakeith.
Garrett? Lakeith Stanfield?
Lakeith Stanfield. That's who it is.
He's from, he's also in another movie that's about, or no, he's in
Selma.
No, what's the Jordan Peele one? The first one.
Oh, yes. He is the, in Get Out. He's the black guy who's like wearing that funky like derby hat.
He's the first one, like not the first one, but the only victim we see.
Yeah.
And Us comes out in a couple weeks, and I'm pumped.
Apparently, Us got great reviews from South by too.
People are giving it like phenomenal. 10s out of 10s, which is great. So wait, let's what were we talking about? The Batman. Oh, okay. And then James Gunn's Suicide Squad sequel called The Suicide Squad.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be fucking weird. It sounds like it's not many of the original people. It sounds like you're gonna get like King Shark, Polka Dot Man, like all these weird characters.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, he pulls the polka dots off his costume, and they turn into like buzzsaws and shit like that, and he throws them at people.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm kind of into it.
I mean,
love James Gunn.
Love James Gunn as a St. Louis boy too.
Yep.
You gotta give it up.
Always. And his Guardian stuff is great. I'm sorry.
Guardians is phenomenal.
I also don't have any time for the people that are like, fuck James Gunn. I'm like, dude, he apologized for all that shit so many times before it came out.
It was a tweet like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, and it was also in that same time period where he was part of like Trauma and all that stuff that was just trying to be like as like sort of like offensive as possible. It's how he was making money. People were paying him to do it, and now you want to go back and like revisionist history the whole thing. I'm not.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like Marvel's gonna like pay for that because Dave Bautista's already trying to leave Guardians 3, and Drax is a huge part of those movies.
Yeah. Are they
the rest of the cast came out and said sign that whole petition that they wanted James Gunn to come back.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like you're not going to get a Guardians 3 for a while at least.
Yeah, until Disney.
Well, who do you have? What kind of director
Gunn?
can take that on?
Nobody.
I mean, the only guy I can think of is Taika, and he wouldn't do it because he said it's James's movie. They've asked him before.
Yeah. Yeah, Taika would be the only real option.
Yeah.
For doing like that colorful, funny,
right.
Interesting story. But yeah, I don't think you can do anybody except for James Gunn.
So his Suicide Squad. I'm pumped.
I'm into that. I fucking just hated the first one so much. I don't care about anybody.
Idris Elba is supposed to replace Will Smith's Deadshot.
Okay.
I love him.
I just watched Idris Elba on Saturday Night Live this week. It's very funny.
Oh, yeah.
Idris Elba's great. I'm trying to get Brandon to rewatch Luther with me too.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch it because that show is phenomenal.
Luther's great.
Yeah.
So then you have
super dark British detective.
Oh yeah,
show.
he's so good in it too.
Yeah.
After that, you have The Flash. That's one where I'm not in at all.
With Ezra Miller?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Nope. Couldn't care less.
I would rather they just canceled that. And then the only other one that we have like a date for is Aquaman 2, which sounds like it's going to
I haven't seen Aquaman 1, so.
Yeah.
James Wan directing again?
We don't know. We think so.
Okay. What's the date for? Like 2022?
It's 2022. Yeah, okay. I think so. Then you have they've announced a lot of other movies though. Like there's still a Green Lantern movie that's being developed. I
would like for them to do that well.
Me too, but I feel like they're just never going to do it. I feel like they're just
for some reason at Helium, like we've just been turning on FX, and FX has just been showing every single superhero movie like ever.
They showed Green Lantern.
Green Lantern was on the other day, and it was that party scene when he first comes out.
Oh,
and like the guy's falling out of a helicopter and he puts him in like the Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really not good.
He's really terrible.
I had high hopes for that one too.
Stroke and suck my balls.
He probably would too. I don't know. His head looks like a testicle.
It does. Yeah, he really has.
It's a headsticle.
Headsticle.
I don't know, man. They're like starting to move in like a. It's like if you're like. It's like the ball is like just starting to lean in like the right way, and you're kind of like, okay, maybe they're going to start moving in the right direction. And Shazam definitely looks like.
But even from the beginning of the whole DCEU, I thought they were going in the right direction, and then just execution was
true,
incredibly poor.
We have to
because we were talking about earlier, like before like Dawn of Justice and like before Man of Steel. Super pumped. You're like, okay, Zack Snyder's doing it.
Because he was coming off of Watchmen and 300.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck. And Dawn of the Dead. We were like, fucking
and
right.
Sin City? No,
he did Sucker Punch, but I mean, that's not that good.
But yeah, like coming off like a hot streak and then just fizzled. Like it's just been a slow fizzle. And then, so it's almost like getting like rejected.
It is.
It's like
100% like that.
You get like so excited. It's like going out on a first date. It's like you get so excited and then you get there and the person's just a bag of shit and you're like, oh.
Well,
and then you have like another first date and they're like, no, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Same guy. Try it again. Also bad.
It reminds me of like what happens with student films where there's a lot of really cool ideas, but they have no idea how to make that happen at all.
Yeah.
Except in this case, they're throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at every project. Instead of $0.
$300 million for Justice League.
BVS was $250. So
Jesus Christ.
Between those two movies,
it's insane because those budgets are so much higher than the Marvel movies. Well, not so much higher. No,
they're
higher.
They are
way higher.
And also, there's no excuse because Man of Steel is a better movie, and I think it only was like $85 million or something.
Yeah, but you have like 300 million for Justice League.
Yeah,
even if you're just talking about like cast salaries.
Yeah.
like
Who is? Yeah.
the Avengers has so many more people, like so many more big people.
Yeah, to pay.
In it.
Yeah.
To pay. You're giving Robert Downey Jr. or $50 million
On his own, yeah.
on his own. That's
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah.
And like there's still like the VFX are so much better in those movies.
Well, you didn't like when they took that mustache off Henry Cavill?
Oh fuck, we didn't even talk about that.
I mean, it's been talked about so much, but
Yeah,
his
we don't
lip
need to
looks
talk
like
about
a
it.
fucking piece of Play-Doh.
But yeah, for all the reshoots of Justice League, they had to
Why would you
CGI out Henry Cavill's mustache.
Why would you
and
make
his
the
upper
opening
lip?
scene?
His upper lip looks like silly putty.
Remember that opening scene shot on that cell phone? Those
Yes.
kids?
Yeah.
Why would you lead with that?
It's terrible.
They're like, what is on your chest? It said, what does it mean? And he's like, oh, it means a river. And they're like, oh thank you. And it's just his lip is just like, it's just like moving like this weird fucking piece of like plastic. And they're like, you're our hero.
Yeah, he has those like fake wax lips.
Dude, it's gross. It's like Uncanny Valley shit that I don't like.
Yes, yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Because it's so close to being correct human, but it's not. And
So
you're
it's-
like
it's
so
terrifying.
It fucks with your head so much.
Yeah, the Uncanny Valley is like apparently one of the most like scary things when especially if you get to like the lowest point of the Uncanny Valley. It's supposed to be like one of the most terrifying things we can experience as humans.
Wow.
That's what they say. Yeah, I've never gotten to that point, but I want it so bad.
Since we've covered pretty much everything. Do we want to break now, or do we want to end now? Because I also have to pee, so I can pee and then we can come back. We're at an hour and a half.
What are we going to come back with?
I don't
Let's
know.
talk about it right now, real quick, before you pee. What should we come back with? Tweet in.
How about we just wrap? We're at an hour and a half.
could
You
wrap.
gotta get out. Of here
I
pretty
don't
soon.
like freestyle.
Yeah, go rap about the DCEU.
Okay, here it goes.
Do.
What?
I'm
What?
not giving you an actual.
Okay,
beat.
here it comes.
I can't beatbox. All right, go.
All right, let's wrap.
Hit me with that fire.
Me with that fire.
Come on,
All right,
spit
here
some
comes
bars,
sick
dog.
Here comes some sick ass beats off the top of my dome.
Do it. You're stalling.
I
we
can't.
all know.
I have nothing. Okay, here it goes. The DC makes movies, but they should have made shoobies because I watched Rocket Power. These movies ain't shit. They don't have nothing but something. They ain't got no tricks. I don't like Hans Blix because he didn't find no WMDs.
And what a good thing to end on.
That happened.
Check us out next week for another episode.
God.
I just want that to be burned in all your brains because I think I'm going to go home and I'm going to sing that to
I
myself.
was gonna say.
DC makes movies, but they should make shoobies.
I
What a
love
great
Rocket
first
Power.
rhyme. Okay. I hope you die.
Thank you.
Bye.